welcome to this Friday's attempt at a stream. Hopefully all goes well with my chest and my voice being a bit ropey. It's okay at the moment. I've got a drink with me, and if it does give in, I'm afraid I might have to cut it short, but hey ho, we'll see how it goes. I'll almost certainly have to have a break at some point in there to get more fluids because my throat is very, very dry. I am joined, as is usual, by Messrs. Joker and Iman. Good evening, chaps, in the form of Timesuck and Pack Protector IQ.
Good evening, all.
It's been a little while since I've streamed, hasn't it? It's been a whole week since I last streamed, and last week, of course, we got drunk.
Unless you say that, but we still streamed it, so technically we haven't missed the stream.
Well, I did play. Yeah, we did play Palladium, didn't we, Saturday night? Yeah,
we did, which was very entertaining. That was really good.
Yes, it was. Yes.
You and our characters had a few arguments.
Well, yes, my arsehole of a night rubbed a few people up the wrong way. It rubbed a few people up the wrong way, and I had. My character is from a people who have a severe mistrust of magic. And Cody was, I'm a wizard, blah, blah, spells, blah, 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 blah. So I had to do something and take him to one side. And then Iman had a big put down for me as well. He said, at least I have noble blood or something. Which my character doesn't.
Yeah, it's basically like, I won't have this slander from someone who bought his way into royalty.
That was right. Yes.
As always.
Yeah. So yeah, I was.
Hey, it was up to the dice. It's not like me and John chose our heritage. The dice chose it.
The dice chose the heritage. Yes. Yeah. So but my character kicked off a little bit. But it was all good. We're still a team. Even though Gerard is huffing and puffing a little bit and having a bit of a hissy fit.
A hissy fit, yeah.
He's still the bravest one in the group though, because at least he fought everything, whereas you failed a fear check and stood there going, I want my mummy for a fight.
No. Yeah, no, to be fair, I had no control over that. If I did, I would have done something.
Sure, you suffered as a result.
Oh, thank God my father wasn't there to see that. I'd literally be like dead already.
Why's that? Oh,
what?
Your father in the game.
Because my father warned me about these beasts, and I didn't take him seriously. And then I came across one, and I got horrified. Yeah, I was like, I should have taken him seriously. And if he was there, he'd be like, my son, you disappoint me.
Yes, you let me down. Anyhow, how are you doing, chat, today? How are you doing, all you good chatters? Hello, Straw Piglet. Hello, Halakar. Hello, Slan. Hello, Mr. Baker. Hello, Brian. Hello, Crafting Gamer. Hello, Andy. How are you feeling, Andy? We didn't play Call of Cthulhu on Tuesday night because Andy was feeling ropey. And we're missing Manfred because he's having to deal with family issues. And to be honest, I was feeling a little ropey as well. So, yeah, we didn't do any Call of Cthulhu this week, and we didn't.
I had shooted Harold a message, but not got anything back. I hope he's feeling better.
Well, I think he says much better than on Tuesday. Good.
Oh, that's
Is
good.
this Dice Addicts Anonymous? Yeah. You're probably in the right place here.
You're in the right place.
Yeah. Alcoholics.
You could tell him if you want, John, what we did do on Tuesday instead of Call of Cthulhu.
We played Alone in the Dark, didn't we? The original Alone in the
from
Dark,
1992.
Yeah, played it on the Discord
The
channel.
very PC computer looking one.
Yeah, it was before the days of any sort of 3D acceleration on the graphics or anything like that. These big,
as it was put on the website, you can see every polygon.
Yeah, you can. You can, but that's how computers work. I used to run it on a 386 SX25 PC, which had 2 meg of RAM and 40 megabytes of hard drive space. And it had 512 kilobytes of video RAM. And it ran it. Just a bit chuggy, but it did.
You did say the performance was stuttery, and it wasn't stuttery when you were running it the other day.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't stuttery. So, anyway, are we going to play a bit of Lone Wolf tonight?
That would be a good idea.
I've got number 97 written down here. Does that ring bells? 97 choice.
I can't hear any.
I don't remember personally.
Oh, hang on. Didn't we die? Weren't we going to go back
to the beginning? I think we died twice, didn't we?
Did we?
I think we did. I swear we did. Either that or okay.
We left it being alive. I know that much.
Because I remember you saying like, "How has this book killed us twice?" Something like that.
Yeah, you're right there. You're right. So we go back to the beginning of this book with our character once again, as he was. And let's hope it goes a little bit better this time. Shall we?
So you want to persevere with this book, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to give it one
the next one in the line.
Okay.
I'm going to give it one more crack, because I'm not as impressed with it as I hoped I'd be so far.
Especially after the first one was really, really good.
First one was really, really good. Yeah. It seems it's lost a way, but from what I've heard, though, when it gets going with a ghost ship and stuff like that, it's really good. It's just you've got to have a lot of luck.
It's a slow boat to get into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, where's our star? Hello, Keith. Right. I'm just okay. Our mission is to travel to Duranor and present the Seal of Hammerdal, which is a ring, to its current ruler, King Alan IV. Okay. In fact, I'll go right back to the beginning. It has been a couple of weeks. The story so far. You are Lone Wolf, an initiate in the Order of the Kai, the gifted warrior lords of the land of Sommerland. 2 days ago, your peaceful country was plunged into war when a vast army led by Dark Lord Sagana launched a surprise invasion into Sommerland and destroyed the monastery stronghold of the Kai. All of the Order were present at the monastery for the Feast of Fairmarn, the celebration of the first day of spring, and all were slain in a great battle against the invading foe. You were the sole survivor of this fateful battle because you weren't in the monastery, and you have sworn to avenge the deaths of your fellow Kai. You say we sell the ring and hire some wenches. I think that'd be a better idea. Your immediate task was to escape from the burning ruins of the Kai monastery and make your way to Holmgard, the Somlendian capital, in order to inform the king of the massacre at the monastery. Without the Kai to lead her armies, Sommerland would be unable to mobilize in time to drive back Dark Lord Sagana's invading horde. Your journey to Holmgard was perilous indeed. The enemy was swiftly overrunning the countryside and marching in force upon the capital. Yet despite the many dangers you faced, you fought your way through the enemy's lines and reached the capital, where you delivered your sad news to King Ulnar V. The king and his courtiers praised you highly for your skill and courage, but your duty was not yet fulfilled. With the order of the Kai destroyed, there now remains only one power within reach that can save your people from the wrath of Dark Lord Sagana. That power is the Summersword. Summer Sword, basically. Posh way of spelling it. Spelt with a S-W-E-R-D at the end. The legendary Sword of the Sun. In golden times, during the age of the Black Moon, the Dark Lords of Helgedad waged war on Summerland. The conflict was a long and bitter trial of strength that ended in victory for the Somlending at the Great Battle of Marken Gorge. King Ulnar I, himself gifted with Kai powers, aided by the allies of Durinor, broke the Dark Lord armies at the pass of Moytura and forced them back into the bottomless abyss of Marken Gorge. Vashna, who was at the time the mightiest of the Dark Lords, was slain upon King Ulnar's sword, known as Summer Sword. Since that age, the Dark Lords have vowed vengeance upon Summerland and the House of Ulnar. Where is Hungar? Don't know. Following the defeat of the Dark Lord Vashna, the Summer Sword was bestowed upon the allies of Durinor as a mark of the trust and allegiance that exists between the two kingdoms. In return, King Alin I of Durinor gave Summerland a magnificent golden ring bearing the royal arms of Durinor. This ring is known as the Seal of Hamadal. At that time, King Alin I vowed that if ever the shadow of the West were to rise again to threaten Summerland, then loyal Durinor would come to the aid of her ally. King Ulnar V has given you the Seal of Hamadal. Your mission and duty is to travel to Durinor and present the seal to its current ruler, King Alin IV. In return, he will give you the fabled Summer Sword. You must then return to Holmgard as quickly as you are able, so that the Summer Sword can be used against Dark Lord Zagana. Since your arrival at the King's Citadel Holmgard, word has arrived that Zagana's forces have broken through the city's outer defences and are now preparing to besiege the great walls of the capital itself. As Captain Deval of the King's Guards escorts you to the Royal Armoury in order that you may equip yourself for your journey to Durinor, King Ulnar's parting words to you keep repeating themselves in your mind. 40 days, Lone Wolf. We have strength to stand against Dark Lord Zagana's armies for only 40 days. And that was the intro. Just a reminder to everybody, Kai powers are hunting, healing, mind shield, sixth sense, camouflage, and animal kinship. Oh, we have lost the Iman. He'll join again once he's got his phone plugged in. Captain Deval and a detachment of his guardsmen escort you to the gate of the King's Citadel, where a small covered wagon awaits you. As soon as you clamber in the back, the gates are thrown open, and you are hurried away through the crowded streets of Holmgard. After a short and uncomfortable journey, the wagon halts, and the driver pulls open the canvas flap. This is the Holmgard Quay, my liege. There is your ship, the Green Scepter, he says, pointing across the busy dockside to a sleek trade caravel anchored alongside the harbour wall. The first mate's name is Ronan. You'll find him waiting for you across the way in the Good Cheer Inn. Then the driver bids you farewell and drives his wagon away into the teeming crowds. You push through the crowd and reach the inn, hold on, only to discover that its front doors are locked and all of its window shutters are barred and padlocked. You're thinking what to do next when a hand grabs your arm and you are pulled into the darkness. So what do we do here? Do we draw our weapon and attack our unknown assailant, or do we try and pull free?
It didn't matter, did it? Because
no. I don't think it did last time.
Because he ended up just pleading with us to not kill him anyway.
Let's follow it.
But I still say stab him.
Stab him. What do you say, Joker?
One that's left we haven't tried is pull away. Is the only one we haven't tried.
We tried that first.
What?
We've tried.
The first time we went with him. The second time we stabbed him, and it just led to the same thing anyway. So.
Yeah.
Hello, Kelsey.
Oh, is Daniel cosplaying?
Yay!
Yes, Daniel is cosplaying.
What's that? Yeah, just put in some milk.
Let's see if the bot is alive tonight. The bot doesn't appear to be alive yet. Oh, there we go. Yes,
it's awake.
Does the bot work if I type it in this StreamYard chat?
You have to type it in my stream. Oh no, yeah, it'll work if you type it in this StreamYard chat. Yeah.
What is yours? Is it Yog or Geek? I always forget. It's Yog, isn't it?
I think I've got both.
Oh, is it?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at it, so I need to make some adjustments to it. It's been about 2 months since I played with it. No, is it working?
I think it did.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Hello, Christopher.
Right, so we are attacking.
You're cooking dinner. So you're wearing an apron and a skirt today, yeah?
Yes, he is. Yes. Should I say she is?
Yes, chat. By the way, I've managed to somehow work out how to link StreamYard to YouTube, so now I can annoy you and those two.
So does that mean you're going to... Are you going to share this stream out to your channel, or not? Because
no,
you don't use your own name on your channel, do you? That's the thing.
I don't know.
No,
I'll leave that to you guys. If you know, you know. If you don't, no, you do. Oh, by the way, before I forget,
what? You've forgotten already, haven't you?
Hopefully that should come through.
Oh, thank you.
4 months.
Thank you, Hilt. 4 months. Because he started a new job today. Well done,
Don't tell them.
Why? Why not?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Iman's got a new job. Yeah. He's now a useful member of society for the first time in his life.
For the first time in over 6 months, yeah.
Is it that long since you last worked?
Yeah, I left my other job in August. Couldn't handle the stress. It wasn't worth the money.
Yeah, fair enough. Right. Oh, look as well there.
Oh, let's go, Logan.
Right. I'll leave him on to tell you what the job is if necessary. If he wants to, it's up to him. I'll just say he's got a job. He's a busy boy. You're about to strike when your assailant shouts out, "I am Ronan, my liege. I mean you no harm." You manage to turn aside your blow at the last moment, and your weapon smashes the back off a wooden chair. The beads of sweat you have broken out on the sailor's brow appear to confirm that he's telling the truth. To continue, turn to 160. Forgive me, I didn't mean to startle you. The man seems nervous, and the open hand that is extended towards you is shaking quite visibly. With some caution, you accept the gesture of friendship and sit with the man at a tavern table. The place is deserted, save for a couple of mice gnawing at a large chunk of cheese. Captain Kelman has instructed me to take you to the Green Scepter, but only if I am sure that you're the Kai they call Lone Wolf. Can you prove your identity? You decide that in order to prove to the man you are really a Kai warrior, you must show him your mastery of one of your Kai disciplines. What do we demonstrate? A discipline of healing, a discipline of animal kinship. There are 3 that we haven't got, or do we not want to demonstrate anything? So, healing, animal kinship, or nothing.
Show him the discipline of talk to the hand.
Look at my wrinkles. Look at those. Hello, Justin. How are you doing, fella? Nothing.
Nothing.
Are you singing? Yeah, I was about to say, are you singing a Bros song? Sad. There again, you're the right age to have been a Brossette, aren't you?
Ross, Cat Among the Pigeons, Michael Jackson's Bad. Yeah, about the right age.
Yeah. Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, Boyzone,
New Kids
Spice
on
Girls.
the Block. New Kids on the Block. Do you remember that?
I was keen on them.
Hello, Elfbait. Yeah. When I was that age, the charts were filled with things like Duran Duran, Madness, The Specials, Blondie, The Jam, The Police. I know which era I prefer.
Yeah.
Any era with Susanna Hoffs in it, is that right?
Don't get me wrong. My favourite music was all previous decades, even when I was at school. But while I was at school, that they were the few that and not forgetting the firm.
Well, you like rock and roll and country and things like that, don't you?
That is my main two, yes. Especially the real king of rock and roll, which is otherwise known as Jerry Lee Lewis.
So basically, what Joker is saying is he should have been born in the deep south
of
America
in
the 90s. Well, he should have been born in the late in the 40s in the deep south of America.
I always say I should have been born 20 years younger than I was. And then
I say the same thing too.
Then I'd at least saw Jerry Lee Lewis live when he was more in his prime than when I did. But hey, it's still.
Hey, if I was born 20 years ago, I'd have gone with John to see Nirvana at Reading.
Ha ha. Victor,
yeah, that's right. All right.
Laura Branigan. I remember Laura Branigan. Yeah, she had 2 or 3 hits over here. Self Control was one of the big ones. What was the other one? Oh, I can't remember the other big hit she had over here. Gloria.
Who are we talking about?
Laura Branigan.
Also known as the song that was in Forbidden Planet.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Right, so we're not offering anything. We're not going to demonstrate anything to him.
No, he doesn't worth our time.
No. The expression on the sailor's face changes from a smile to a sneer when you give your reply. Quickly he moves away from the table. Perhaps neither you nor I are all we claim to be. But 'tis of no matter. You will not live long enough to discover who I really am. Then you hear a door crash open behind you. Spinning round, you see 3 harbour thugs advancing towards you with murder in their eyes. Each of them is armed with a scimitar, and you must fight them as one enemy. Okay, so if you remember, we now bring up the combat table, which is on one of my sheets of paper that I have printed out here. There it is. There it is. No one expects
the Spanish Inquisition.
Absolutely.
See, I might be young, but even I know that.
Okay, so if you remember, when we fight, we roll a d10. And our attack skill is 19. That was a hit when I was a kid. 19. No, 19. Paul Hardcastle.
No idea, mate.
4. How are Daniel? Enemy -8, Lone Wolf -2. So we're doing well. Oh, Mercurius can't participate today because he's got a new fridge coming. You have a fridge to fill up with nice fresh stuff, fresh beer to watch chill in the new fridge.
Either that or take the shelves out to see if you could get into it.
No, only you do that.
No, Joaquin Phoenix did.
Who did? Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. That's what he did in the Joker movie.
See, I've not seen the Joker movie because it's too gory for me.
There's no gore in the Joker movie.
I've heard there is. I don't believe you. We're busy fighting. I've heard it's quite nasty at times.
Wow, he shoots 3 people in the subway. That's about it.
Okay, we finish with an 8. The 8 is good. That means to finish off our enemy. Oh. Thank you, Mercurius.
Mercurius being the generous man as always.
Oh, he is. Yes, he is. Thank you, Mercurius. I do have we've just beaten our enemies, and Jerry Williamson, Straw Piglet, Coco B, Richard the Dungeon Crawler, and Mage's Musings.
Oh wow, that's most of regulars. Yeah,
I recognize all 5 of those names. Some
Wait,
from
say
other
them again?
channels. Jerry Williamson, Straw Piglet, Coco B, Richard the Dungeon Crawler, and Mage's Musings.
Yeah, the only one I'm not 100% familiar with is the first one, but I've seen the name.
Jerry's been in our chat a few times.
Yeah, I've seen the name. Yeah.
Well, what did you miss, Straw Piglet? You've received a gifted membership from the wonderful Mercurius Orlicus. Yeah, Mercurius, that's called being a bloke. Being able to only do one thing at a time. I'm exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Yeah, true.
That's why I stopped reading to look at chat, because I can't do both. Yeah. Yes. So we have defeated them.
Good.
But we took 7 damage. But remember, we've got healing, so we will recover endurance. There's Jerry. Look, Eman, there's Jerry. Look, I told you, he is in our chat.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not that I didn't believe you. It's that I haven't actually interacted with him personally. I don't think.
Well, you can interact with him now. You only do one thing. Elfbait.
Why? What do you think, Elfbait? Do you think he does 0 things at a time?
Most of the time, I do 0 things at a time. Basically, if I try and do multiple things, I just start, stop, get confused, and everything gets tied into a knot.
That's fair.
So the way it works is, seeing him, he only does one thing. In his head, he does half a dozen different things, but you can only see him do one thing at a time.
Oh, my head's often doing something else other than my body's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so your head is thinking about 10 different things, but your hands are doing one thing.
Nothing Friday.
Remind me, don't drink tea the same time as I try and breathe.
Don't swallow.
Do we really need to remind you of that?
No, yeah, you do. I've been distracted. Justin doesn't do anything because it interferes with him sitting in a chair. I don't blame you, to be honest. I like sitting in chairs as long as I've got something in my brain to do.
You know what? That is absolutely fair. You're sitting in a chair. That's your one task. You can't do anything else. Too much brain power needed.
I've always got something for my brain to do. My brain always has to be busy. That's the thing.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes.
Well, I think you'll find the biggest constituent of tea is H2O. Two hydrogens and an oxygen. So there's quite a lot of oxygen in there. It's just not in a form whereby I can breathe it safely.
Unless you somehow develop gills.
Gills, yes. Right, let's read. The sailor, who claimed to be first mate Ronan, escaped during the fight. Hurriedly, you search the bodies of the harbour thugs, but find nothing of value. However, you do notice that each of them has a tattoo of a writhing serpent on their left wrist. Whoever sent them to kill you must already know of the grave importance of your quest. Excuse me. You leave the tavern by the side door and discover the dead body of a sailor lying beneath some stairs. Inside the collar of his bloodstained jacket is a tag bearing the name Ronan, because his mumsy has sewn it into it for him. That's a bit of added colour I add. This is the real Ronan, and the poor man has clearly been murdered. You cover the body and turn towards the quay, where the Green Scepter is anchored about 300 yards away from the harbour wall. Okay. Do we use one of the many small boats or coracles that are roped to the quayside, or do we try to hunt down the imposter?
Oh, we hunted him last time.
Yeah, it didn't do anything, did it?
And it was crap, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
Well, we're half hour into the stream. I've already finished all my tea, so I may have to 15 minutes. I'm going to call a break in 15 minutes so I can go and get more tea, because I'm just going to have to keep drinking that all night.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm.
What tea do you have? Do you have like sinus clearing tea or just normal tea?
Normal tea.
Okay.
Tea, yeah.
Oh, get some Vicks. Do you have any Vicks? That's good.
I don't think we've got any in the house. I mean, the thing is, my sinuses aren't blocked. The blockage is... It's
just lingering. It's just lingering cough.
It's lingering there. And I can just feel it. As I breathe, it rasps. I boot. I don't mind a little bit of Earl Grey. I don't, not all the time. I don't mind a little bit now and again. I treat myself to Earl Grey if we go out somewhere. And I can't have a beer. I might have an Earl Grey or something like that.
What's the difference between an Earl Grey and like a normal Yorkshire tea or something?
Earl Grey is quite light. Earl Grey is a lot lighter, and it's flavoured with bergamot or bergamot, however you want to pronounce it.
Okay, interesting.
So it's quite fragrant. It's got a very different flavour than regular tea.
Is that a herb or a flower or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a bit of an acquired taste. So I think it's quite pleasant.
So it's not your typical English breakfast tea.
No, it's basically put a variation on it. It's probably put it on the looser form. It's like having lemon tea and everything else that we have now, but the hot version.
Yeah. IQ, you have failed your citizenship examination there.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Earl Grey is named after a British Prime Minister.
I don't want to be that guy, but by looking at me, do I look English to you?
No, but you sound English, and that's what matters.
No, right. Now, listen, right. I was having people comment on the accent today, and I said, what? I'm from Burnley. Do you expect me to sound like this or something?
Apparently, Earl Grey also neutralizes hot sauces.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I know about... Go on, sorry, I'm reading the chat as well.
Straw Piglet reckons that he thought Elf said lead the country. I think if Iman, if you led the country, no work would get done, would it? No work would get done, would it?
Do you know what? I feel like if I ran the country, productivity would go up, but like overall, not on a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis, it would be much lower. But I feel like because everyone would be happier, they'd do more work then, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't work everyone like fucking slaves. Because at the end of the day, most of us probably work minimum wage jobs. You know what I mean? So
well, I thought you'd have weed on available on the NHS so that
Mate, it already is available on prescription,
but
just
I
not
mean-
on the
I mean-
NHS.
I mean, free, widely available for everybody. So everyone would just.
No,
be
what
stoned.
I will do is I would do it for the people who actually need it, not just the people who want it, like me, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
if there were people that wanted it, I would give them like in America, they have like the exemption cards or some shit, don't they? So some have medical cards and some have like exemption cards, I think. So then
I don't know.
for someone like me, it'd be like, yeah, I'm just exempt from the normal rules, right? But I don't need it medically. Whereas there'll be plenty of people like, for example, cancer patients who would actually need it.
Yeah.
And so I think like, well, obviously we're going into a whole different debate here, but the pharmaceutical industry, blah, 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 they just care about making money. They don't care about healing people. They just care about treating people for a lifetime and making money off it, right? And I don't agree with it. And I know that weed is not a cure, but basically a cure for cancer. And chemotherapy is like basically kills you before it cures you. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, I don't know. I know. There are constituent parts of weed which can help shrink
yes.
cancers. I know that's been proven. Not all
I mean,
cancers, but some.
I used to work with adults with disabilities and epilepsy and stuff, right? And one of these epilepsy medications actually has one of the constituents of weed as an ingredient because it's an anticonvulsant.
It's known to be brilliant for epilepsy.
Yeah, it's an antipsychotic and it's an anticonvulsant.
Basically, what I was saying anyway, as we've rambled on, what I was basically saying is, with you smoking so much weed, if you were in charge of the country, it would just be weed for everybody, and everyone would just spend all day on their.
Do you know what? I would do what Amsterdam did. Ban smoking cigarettes, but not smoking weed. Because in the coffee shops in Amsterdam, there's specific areas for tobacco smokers only, but you can smoke weed anywhere in the thing. And I'm like, that's better because cigarettes are actually harmful compared to weed.
Yeah. One thing I could say, I think the crime rate would fall off a cliff. It would just collapse.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone would be too lazy.
To be able to do anything.
Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the stream.
All right.
That's all right.
Welcome, Dan.
Well, I have my kids here. My daughter's boyfriend. I'm trying to make crab legs and spaghetti.
Ooh.
Kind of busy.
No worries.
That sounds good, mate.
Well, the crab legs are for the boyfriend. It was supposed to be chicken parmesan, but the chicken didn't thaw out in time, so I just said a couple swear words and threw a couple things in the kitchen and sent my daughter to go get meatballs and hamburger. So I ended up with spaghetti.
Right, I'm going to read on Whit Book.
Sorry for rambling.
That's all right. As you paddle towards the sleek trade caravel, you notice to your surprise that the boarding ladder is being pulled up. A mean-looking sailor leans over the gunwale and curses at you. He seems to think that you are a desperate refugee attempting to stow away on board. But when you shout that you are a lone wolf and you are ambushed by an impostor at the tavern, the ladder is soon lowered again. As you climb over the side of the ship, you are met by a tall man in a blue uniform trimmed with gold braid. His head and face almost covered totally by a shock of bright red hair and a curly red beard. "Haul anchor," he booms. The crew spring into action, as if their very lives depended on it. The captain ushers you below to his cabin, where he pours 2 glasses of Wanlo, a strong spirit made from black cherries. His face shows concern as you tell him what has happened. There's evil treachery at work here. Clearly the enemy already has plans afoot to thwart your quest. He begins after you have told him what happened to you on the dockside. It seems you've lost the element of surprise, and I have lost a courageous first mate. Let us hope that we lose nothing more during the voyage to Duranor. May our voyage be swift and safe. You finish your Wanlo and leave the captain's cabin to go up on deck. You're just in time to see the silhouette of Home Guard on the distant horizon. With mixed feelings of pride and apprehension, you descend the stairway to your cabin as the tallest tower of the capital disappears from view. Silhouetted. Okay. We roll a random number here. Oh, goody, goody, goody.
Oh, yes, the fun part.
Oh, I appear to have accidentally left out of Albert Rodeo, or has Albert Rodeo crashed on me like it often does? Here we go.
Can you see my comment there, John? My most recent one.
Everyone, I hope you've convinced me to vote. Everyone, vote for you in the next general election. Yes,
Hang your teeth in, Boris.
Hey, I am way more handsome and way less of a rat than someone who rhymes with dishy.
Yeah, he's a bit of a knob, isn't he?
A bit? My God. I'm going to punch him in the throat. Sorry.
I'm just being understated. That's all. I'm being understated. Right. Yeah, remember the country doesn't vote for the. Don't vote for the. Yeah, we don't. We vote for our own local person. And around by me, whoever I vote for, the same woman gets in every time.
My mum said to me a while ago, "You should run for MP," and I was just like, "I'd be good at it, but I wouldn't enjoy it, Mum. That's the thing."
I wouldn't be good
at
it.
Enjoyable.
I'd hate it. I'd hate it.
I hate politics, but I'm quite smart, so I wouldn't let people get away with shit.
Yeah. But would they be able to sort of manipulate you a little bit? That's the thing. That's the
with my autistic brain, no chance. I'll be like, no, you said this. Your manifesto said that. You're lying. Stop lying.
But then you offered.
I literally
50,
would.
But if you offered 50 grand to shh.
Yeah, I'll take the 50 grand and then prove that they were trying to bribe me. See?
There you go.
Can't win.
There you go. Honest Iman. The following morning, you're woken by the cry of seagulls as they wheel and soar above the clipper. The wind is strong and it fills the sails. You breakfast with Captain Kelman, who is in much better spirits than the previous day. He tells you that the Green Scepter is making good speed and should arrive at Port Bax, the main Duranese seaport, within a week. Suddenly you hear a cry from the crow's nest. Land off the port bow. Land a port. You and the captain climb up on deck and brace yourselves against the fresh breeze. That's Mannon, the southernmost island of the Kirlandin chain, says the captain, pointing towards a sharp rocky coastline in the distance. Wreck Point is what the traders call it. Many a ship has ended her days upon those granite teeth. Captain Kelman hands you an ornate telescope with which to take a closer look. The sharp rocks are festooned with the splintered skeletons of ships that have run aground or have been dashed against the jagged shore during a storm. You stare in fascination at the shattered hulls, imagining the terrifying scenes of their destruction. Then you notice that high above these pinnacles
That's a good one, Andy.
hovers a black shadow, like a small rain cloud. It seems to be moving towards your ship. Suddenly you realize what the cloud is. It is a swarm of a large slan beast. What's he doing here? Slan, what are you doing here? It's a swarm of large slan beast and Kran, the evil winged creatures used by Dark Lord Zagana. You tell the captain what you see, and the alarm is shouted along the deck. All hands on deck. Prepare for battle. Right. Do we stay on the main deck and fight, or do we return to our cabin?
Fight.
Stay on.
Also, check out Andy's comment.
I don't think we fought last time, did we?
I can't remember. I've seen that before, but it's always amusing.
It's true. It's true. That's why it's amusing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever think you ever think that Arse gets jealous of all the shit that comes out their mouth?
That's a good one. Where did you get? Who did you nick that one off?
I can't remember, but someone said it to me about a year ago.
Justin says fight. Sorry, fight. So Justin is the caller for this group. Looks like it. Anybody else wish to vote? We got lots of 5 voters at the moment.
It looks like everyone's saying fight. I said fight as well.
Yeah. Fight's one. 4-6.
Oh, John, it's nearly time to call the concession so you can go make a cup of tea.
Yeah, well, we've got to fight first. You were right. The cloud is made up of huge land beasts and many Kran, a smaller species, but one that can be just as deadly. Hanging below their black bellies are nets full of Gyaks. As the Slan beast dive upon the green scepter, where is it? Oh, yeah, tell Slan he's a beast in this book. A net of shrieking Gyaks crashes onto the deck behind you. Some are crushed in the fall, but many have survived, and they waste no time in attacking you. You must fight them as one enemy. Right. We've got to fight a group of Gyaks.
We haven't fought these guys before, have we? We got a different one.
No, we've got a different one this time. Here we go. We have a +4 advantage against them. 8.
Nice.
8 is 12 damage to them, none to us. Perfect first round. Yes, it's splendid, isn't it? Splendid. Here we go again. And 10, which is 14 damage to them and none to us. It's all, yeah, Justin. It's, I mean, you are there as chat scapegoat. Hello, Halakar. Justin is the chat scapegoat. It's as simple as that. We have won. We've stuffed them and lost nothing. We've done nearly maximum damage in 2 rounds. An 8, and a 10. We've absolutely obliterated them. Marvelous. A fierce battle now rages throughout the ship as the evil Gyaks fight to take control of the Green Scepter. Perched high up in the masts, the Kran are rending the sails with their talons and razor-sharp teeth, whilst the Slan beast have flown back towards Wreck Point to pick up more cargo nets filled with malicious Gyaks. Across the body-strewn decks, the menacing shape looms. Both Gyaks and sailors are cut down by the humanoid as he advances towards you. He is a Drakkar, a humanoid species known for their cruelty and ruthlessness, created as warriors of darkness and now in the service of the Dark Lords. Raising his jet black broadsword, he attacks you, and you must fight him to the death. Okay, another fight. Here we go. He's a bit tougher than the Gyaks. Only a little bit. Oh, dice don't do that to us. Still enemy -6, lone wolf -3, so we've lost 3, he's lost 6. This is where healing is coming useful because we just about fully healed before this fight. Oh, done it again. Big knobs. Oh, what? What? Enemy -5, lone wolf -4. That's rubbish. Come on.
Because you haven't had your tea.
It's because I hadn't had me tea. You're right. Yeah. Right, we've killed him, but we lost 12 stamina in the process. So we are down to 9 stamina. At which point, I'm going to go make myself a drink. So you 3, your job now is to keep chat entertained. Do whatever you want to keep chat entertained, as long as it is A, legal,
socially
and B,
acceptable.
and B, socially acceptable. You are correct. You are correct. So I'm just going to get myself a drink just to make sure I can keep reading. And
I think my mere existence contradicts both of those.
Pretty much. Yeah. I went off on the guy today. The wife and I.
I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien.
It was. I understand. Like, I threw my back out last night, so I'm not moving as fast as I can. my wife has arthritis in her knee or hip.
Yeah.
But if somebody stops to let you cross the street in front of them, I expect elbows and assholes. Be polite, wave, and then move as fast as you can. Well, this dude, we stopped and he looks at his cell phone and he's texting somebody, meandering. I'm like, I said stuff I won't say on here. And my wife is like, please calm down. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. It was just rude. We're nice enough to stop and let you cross, and then you're rude enough to do that. I was not happy.
I'd have a few choice words for someone like that, don't worry.
Yeah, I was not nice. I was in retail management for 19 years or so. So I always had a filter. Then after that, I went to work for you guys in the UK would probably know them. Of course, my memory's going. GKN.
Yeah.
I was a Ford setup here in town for them. So I lost my filter. And now I work in another plant. And since I clean shitters and people want to give me crap, literally give me crap about the crapper, I'm like, yeah, no. So if somebody does anything in the slightest, I say it. And my wife's like, please, Dan, stop. I'm like, oh, no. But how was everybody's week?
Not bad.
Oh my God.
I had a rather good show last night. Went well.
Who's playing tomorrow afternoon?
Well, I know there's Merp. I don't know if there's a 2 o'clock one. I'm not too sure.
There's one listed at 3. I tried. I actually threw out my back last night, trying to go through and find. I had all my old modules. Everything's in an upstairs closet, and that room's mainly used as storage for all the stuff that I have to redo the house. I'm trying to dig all these books out, and the boxes weigh a buttload because, it's big boxes of just books. And I threw my back out, but I was trying to find something that I could run a 9 a.m. game, but everything I've found so far, I don't know if I can, maybe by the end of this session, because I'm going to start glancing through stuff yet again. What I brought downstairs, maybe I can figure something out. We'll see. I'm not making any promises. I just don't want to screw up my first time I host a game.
Yeah, just take it. Just taking your stride. Oh, I've got my earphones on the wrong way round. It's better.
I think you can remove Elfbait's thing now if you want, because I can't see sexy Daniel.
Oh, you can't see Daniel. There's Daniel, everybody.
Yeah.
There's Daniel.
Eating my dinner.
Camera.
I'm going to be eating in front of you. Sorry.
That's fine. That just proves you're not AI.
Anyway, shall we continue with the
Read on.
Let's.
I wonder if you can see the steam. Look at that. Look at the steam coming off that.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that how you like a cup of tea to be?
Have a better drink.
Literally, right. My mum makes a cup of tea, and then 5 minutes later, she's like, it's cold. I'm like, Mum, are you joking?
I hardly have any milk in it. I only put a tiny splash of oat milk, so it actually stays hot a bit longer.
Actually, John, and I'm not bullshitting. If you have a chest cold, put a splash of ginger brandy in it.
Ginger's good for colds. I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's a natural anti-inflammatory, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's also good for nicotine withdrawal, by the way.
Is
I
it?
did not know that.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Oh, you would know. Right. Upon
Of course
seeing
I
their
would.
master slain, the Gayaks falter and retreat towards the stern of the ship. Captain Kelman rallies his crew and attacks, leading his men against the snarling, spitting humanoids and driving them back until they leap into the sea to avoid the deadly rain of the sailors' swords. Knowing the battle to be lost, the Kran peel away from the masts and fly back towards the distant coastline. Our thanks, brave Kai, the captain says, and shakes your hand. We are proud and thankful to have you with us. A cheer resounds along the deck as the crew voice their praise. You help tend the wounded whilst repairs are carried out on the damaged masts. Within 2 hours, the repairs are completed. The wind fills the sails, and you continue your voyage to Duranor. It feels like we've started this one better than our previous ones.
Well, at this point, who knows?
Well, this bit will help. After 3 uneventful days at sea, you find shipboard life rather dull and dreary. If you have the Kai discipline of healing, any endurance points you may have lost on your adventure, you recover. Yes, we've got healing. I wonder if this book is doable without the healing one. I don't know.
If you get lucky rolls in combat, I imagine so.
Yeah, you'd have to be lucky though, wouldn't you? On the afternoon of the 4th day, you are talking with an injured sailor up on the main deck when you smell smoke seeping out from the ship's hold. Do we enter the hold and investigate? Do we shout fire and raise the alarm? Or do we go and warn the captain? Investigate, alarm, or captain.
Shout him on! Stop smoking the stanky tank!
I'm saying investigate.
Yeah, I agree.
Same.
So we've got 3 votes for investigate. Let's see whether the chat agree with you or not. Andy Houston says captain. Justin says investigate. Halakar and Gene and Mr. Bate. Yeah, okay. I'm not even going to bother counting now. Andy, you've been completely outvoted. Everybody else has gone for investigate. That's 7 investigate votes in total.
It is also good for nausea, Elfbait. Sorry, I missed that before.
We're into the hold and investigate. Sorry, Straw Piglet. Sorry.
I can tell you a long story of how I figured out it was good for anti-nausea, but it's not a conversation I can have on stream.
Here's Slan. Do you know, Slan, you've been in this book?
He was here earlier. I think he had to dip out.
Yeah. Slan, you've been in this book. We've had to fight
we
you.
just killed you, mate. Sorry.
We've just killed a load of Zlan. And they were quite grumpy.
Stand on the throne.
Don't go for the chest, Raw Piglet says. There we go.
Yeah. That was it. That's what killed us, because I said, "Oh yeah, let's investigate the chest. Why not?
No.
And then dead.
Mage, you got your little notification as well. Yes, Mercurius was sending gifts, presents.
Not even Easter yet.
No.
I know, right?
You release the lock and slide back the hatch cover. The sudden indraft of air causes flames to billow out of the hold. You stumble backwards, clutching your scorched face, and lose 2 endurance points. 2.
Oh.
Fire! The alarm cry goes up. In a state of near panic, the crew fights desperately to put out the flames. It takes over an hour to control the blaze. Resulting damage to the ship is considerable. The entire store of food and fresh water was kept in that hold, and it has been totally ruined. The fire has also badly weakened the structure of the ship. As you survey the wreckage, the captain approaches you, his face blackened by the smoke. He's carrying something in a bundle tucked under his arm. "We must talk in private," he says quietly. Without replying, you turn and follow him below to his cabin. We do not try and open his special box. We don't go into the captain's cabin and start poking in his box.
Yeah, we don't do that with men.
No, well, it depends. Is it a good looking woman?
Messing with his box.
Well, it depends. Yeah. It depends. If you're curious, you're allowed to sniff the box first.
Where is
this? Don't lick it, that it's yours.
Where is this chat going? Daniel.
We know the box dies.
Grumpy Old Slan says he likes admiring chests. And Daniel says, "Have a great weekend, everyone." Thank you.
Oh, Daniel, thanks for the generosity, mate.
Thank you, Daniel. After taking care,
I like admiring chests.
After taking care to close his cabin door, the captain opens a mysterious bundle and tips the contents onto his chart table. A large charred earthenware jug and several blackened rags drop in a heap. They give off a strange, oily smell. "This was no accidental fire," he says solemnly. "This was an act of sabotage. The forward hold is a food store, and yet I find this oil jug and these soaked rags upon the floor. Someone on this ship is prepared to endanger his own life to stop us reaching Duranor." You both stare at the burnt rags, as if they hold the answer to your questions. Suddenly, a cry from up on deck breaks the silence. "Ship ahoy! Ship off the port bow!" Grabbing his sword and telescope, the captain disappears through the cabin door and up the ladder to the deck above. Do we follow him, or do we take this opportunity to search his cabin?
Follow him.
Don't search the cabin.
Search.
No, don't. We need to follow him. It's instant death. That's where we ended the book 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say,
this thing and we died.
Yeah, follow him. Yeah.
Follow.
What's everyone saying? Follow, yeah.
They're talking about what captains do with cabin boys. So I think
Mercurius is allowed to sniff the chest.
and then lick it as his own.
I think we ignore chat at the moment because chat are being rude. Chat, you're being disgusting.
How would you say it in Leeds? Sheffield. They're being rude.
Mint rude.
They're being rude.
Around here, they're being rude.
Rude.
Follow him, 175. It seems our bird has flown the coop, says the captain, pointing to a longboat moving swiftly towards another ship on the horizon. She flies no flag, and her hull is a strange shape. I've never before seen the like. You watch as the longboat reaches the mysterious ship, then as if by magic a thick sea fog appears from nowhere and engulfs the vessel. Moments later, both the ship and the fog have disappeared. 4,000-piece Lego D&D kit.
Is that what's in the
sounds
chest?
Like it takes some dedication.
Is that what's in the chest?
How much does that cost? Lego is expensive.
Tell me about it.
Probably about 400 quid.
It's more expensive at 3 a.m. when you step on them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
tell me about it as I look at my Ghostbusters HQ and my Millennium Falcon. It's at the other end of the attic.
Toad in the Hole, for example. Yes.
Fire in the hole.
So many of the recipes sound like they were named by Doctor. Yeah, do you know what? We have some weird fucking names like Spotted Dick.
Spotted Dick. Mm.
I don't
Well,
even
if
like
you
it.
see it in
'cause
the
it's got
kitchen,
fruit in
obviously
it.
you spotted it.
I've
I had
fruit
that
in my
once. The
dessert.
doctor gave me a shot and cleared it up.
But I mentioned Toad in the Hole elf bag because Toad in the Hole is nice. 4,000
It's
piece
just
caltrops.
Yorkshire pudding, bangers and gravy in it, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But you bake the sausages in the Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, pigs in blankets. That's another one.
Oh, no, that's good stuff.
Pigs in blankets, yes.
I like
Yeah,
that.
you guys can take all that pink stuff away from me. It's fine. You go have your overpriced hot dogs at UK Games Expo, and I'll just be watching you silently judge.
315 quid for the Lego D&D set.
Fucking hell, I said
Wow.
400. I went far off.
Dude, I could get a new handgun for that much.
Yeah, but actually, no, I was going to say, but will Lego hurt you like a gun will? But Lego hurts worse.
Yeah, at 3 a.m, Lego sucks.
I'm selling my car for only 25% more than that.
Yeah.
My old car.
What, for 400?
400, yeah.
Wow.
And even then, people are arguing and trying to barter me down.
What? You can't even find a car for anything less than $1,000 these days, unless it's for parts.
The cheapest equivalent to my car is 700 quid on Auto Trader. They go for 800 to 1,000. I just wanted a quick sale, so I put it up for 400 quid on Facebook Marketplace. And today I've had like 200 quid cash, mate. 250 cash, mate. 300 cash, mate.
Yeah.
300. And
You're just assuming they're all from Birmingham, because they probably are.
They are, yeah. I've even put on I've even put on the advert. These are 700 quid on Auto Trader. This is lower mileage. I'm selling for 400 quid. I will not go any lower. I will not.
I understand.
Will
it's like a motorcycle.
I wonder what it is with people.
I bought a Honda CV750 Super Sport back in 92. It was an 84, and I paid 12 for it. People are asking 2,400 or more for them now. Like, it's an older bike with more mileage, and you're wanting double what I paid for back then. You're stupid. And you're giving them a deal on your car, honestly. And then they still want to take you down.
Yep. I was tempted to put it up for 600 and
yeah, Piglet's right, actually. Sorry, have you seen his most recent?
Yeah, no, you put it up for 6 and settle at 4, which is what you wanted.
Well, the thing is, I was just trying to save time. I mean, I could put it up for 600 and take 400. I've just put it up for what I will take.
Yeah,
simple as that. I don't care about making.
No, but that way, no, it's not about making money. It's about making people think they got a better deal.
Yeah, they'll always cut you down whatever you
start off. If you charge $100 for something.
I'm not going to. It's 400 quid or no. It can stay there. If it stays there for a month, I'll get another MOT put on it, which will cost me 50 quid to get it MOT'd. I'll bang it back up for 600 quid.
Yep.
And it'll go for that. I just didn't want to.
That's fair.
I didn't want the messing about. Right, we've got to roll.
Let's say you put it up for 800, and then you sold it for 400. The customer would think they got a better deal.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's psychology. It's just weird. You can sell something for £100, or you can sell something that's worth 200, but for 100, and they'll be like, "I have to buy it."
Right. Here we go. I have just rolled D10 and whatever. He asked me to roll, so I'm moving on. The crew start to whisper. You hear the words "ghost ship" and "cursed voyage," but the muttering stops when the captain's voice booms out an order for all hands on deck. Only the creaking of the timbers can be heard as Captain Kelman climbs to the rear deck to address the crew. Men, with 3 days' sail from Port Bax, the fire has robbed us of our provisions and our fresh water has been fouled. We shall have to steer a new course for Raggadorn. That's where we make good our repairs and replenish our stores. That is all. The crew seem to be pleased by the captain's announcement and set about their duties with renewed vigour. Then the captain turns to you. We're about 8 hours away. Hello, Janet. We're about 8 hours away from Raggadorn. My orders are to see you safely to Port Bax and pass you into the care of the Somlending consul, Lord Lieutenant Rygar. But time is not our ally, and I fear the repairs may take a week or more to complete. When we drop anchor, you'll have to find your own route to Duranor, either by sea with us or alone by the coast road. As you return to your cabin, the king's words haunt your thoughts. 40 days, Lone Wolf. We only have strength to stand against them for 40 days. You do not have long to complete your dangerous mission. Oh. Hello, Squirrel Hermit. Tell us what you're doing at GaryCon. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us what you've been playing. Let us know.
I can say I heard that's going on.
Yeah, let us know, Squirrel.
I was in Bear's heroic stream the other day, and Squirrel Hermit was also at GaryCon as well. Then I think.
No, GaryCon's this weekend.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Because I swear Squirrel Hermit joined the stream and he said that he was there on Bear's stream.
Or maybe on his way to GaryCon. I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, what night was it? What night was Bear's stream?
It was either last night or the night before. I can't remember.
Oh, if it was last night, then Squirrel will have gone by then, wouldn't he? So
I think it was. All the days are blending together for me now.
Yes. So let us know what you've been playing, Squirrel, because that's what cons are about: playing games and buying games and eating overpriced food and drinking beer. As dawn breaks, a fierce storm rises, and you are woken by the violent rocking of the ship. The floor of your cabin is awash, and the shouts of the crew can hardly be heard above the terrible howling of the wind. You quickly dress, gather up your equipment, and make your way up on deck. You are soon joined by the captain, who takes hold of your arm and orders you to return to your cabin. As you start to go down the ladder, you hear there's a thunderous crack. High above, part of the ship's mast is torn clean away. You look up to see the shattered pole falling towards your face like a gigantic spear.
Oh, I remember this.
You've been here since Wednesday evening. Right. This is where it's add 1 for hunting where it should be subtract 1.
So, there's a misprint.
Yeah, they screw up the mechanics here.
Silly guys.
So 778. If it is a manic Monday, then it means Susanna Hoffs will be there.
Oh God! Put it away, John.
That was one of her songs. Susanna Hoffs. You dive backwards, but only just in time to avoid the falling mast as it smashes straight through the deck. You stagger to your feet and peer into the mass of shattered timbers. Pinned beneath the broken mast is the lifeless body of Captain Kelman. As you stare in horror at the dead captain, a violent shudder reverberates along the deck as the violent sea storm breaks open the already damaged hull of the Green Scepter. As the ship splits apart, you are hurled over the rail and into the raging sea. Desperate for air, you claw your way up to the surface, but strike your head on a floating hatch cover. Lose 1 endurance point. You manage to grab the cover and pull yourself up onto this makeshift raft. If you're wearing a chainmail waistcoat, you must discard this now, or you will surely drown. No.
Don't think we are, no.
In the grim light of the storm, in the grim grey light of the storm, you watch as the two halves of the broken ship upend and sink beneath the surface of the heaving sea. You're feeling dizzy and very nauseous. Gripping the cover with all your strength, you gradually slip away into unconsciousness. When eventually you regain consciousness, the storm has passed. The only remaining trace of the green scepter is the wooden hatch cover on which you are lying. By the position of the sun in the sky, you reckon that it is late in the afternoon. In the distance, you can see a small fishing boat, and beyond it, the coastline stretches out along the far horizon. Do we use our Kai cloak to signal to the distant fishing boat, or do we try to paddle towards the shoreline?
Signal with the cloak.
Hello.
Cloak or paddle?
I think you should use the cloak.
Cloak or paddle? Joker?
Paddle.
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 Sounds like you guys like spankings or something.
If you knew my first life, you would understand.
It's been that long, I'll take anything that goes.
Let me guess, and that caused you trust issues with wife number 2 and 3.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's been a long week. This has been a long week. And I want my break. I want my dinner to stay down in my stomach. I really do. I really, really do.
Oh dear.
A long old week, and there hasn't been a lot of sleep. My chest has just been going. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Right, we're at 5-4 for Cloak. Cloak is winning at the moment, 5-4. You're right, Halakar. Cloak didn't work last time.
Did it not?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Oh, I mean, paddles, obviously.
Right. Okay. Anybody else?
I'll trust Halakar's memory because he's normally on point with that.
Oh, Halakar's on the ball. Yeah.
If only Susanna Hoffs was. What? I mean, what? No, I was just referring back to Halakar's previous comment. We would much rather be in my room with Susanna, he said.
Iman, she's old enough to be your mother.
She's probably old enough to be my grandma, mate.
Yeah, she's probably.
Wait, hang on.
It would be dubious.
47.
It would be dubious.
What is that? 65. Yeah, it's pretty dubious, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it would be. If she was your grandma, then there would have been something illegal happening somewhere.
Oh. You know, I am Asian, right?
You said it, not me. Not me.
I know, I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to.
Yeah, you're allowed to, yes. Yeah. You're right, Jeb. She doesn't look like a grandma. Paddling, don't let the snake get us at night. Yes. We're paddling. We are paddling. So what?
So I was going to ask you, John, by the way. So when your kids eventually have kids, like, what are you going to call yourself then? Are you going to be ye old granddad? Ye old geek granddad? They're going to be some sort of transition.
Just the old.
Even older.
It'll just be the older geek.
I can honestly say, because John's daughter is about the same age as mine, she will never have children as long as I'm alive.
That's fair.
Right. That's a threat to any would-be suitors, I'm guessing.
Yes.
That's a threat to the person who's in his house right now.
Correct. He's on the couch with her in the living room. Yes.
Is that why you keep looking into the other room?
Partly, yeah, because
you guys better leave that door open.
My wife is out on girls' night, and normally she's in the living room and I'm in the den where I'm at now. But since she's out on girls' night, I have to get up every once in a while and just, check.
I am watching. I'm not asleep. I'm watching.
Yep,
I'm watching.
pretty much.
And I bet she's sitting there whispering in his ear, he'll go to sleep soon. He'll go to sleep soon. He always goes to sleep.
Yeah.
He'll go to sleep soon.
Wait till 6 o'clock.
Sit down. Then you can sit down. Wait till I text you. Come down.
Yep.
Right. When you're only 50 yards offshore, you slip into the waves and swim towards the land. When finally you reach the beach, you sink your fingers deep into the wet sand and slowly claw your way up to the beach, to the shelter of some dunes. You are now exhausted and feeling very hungry. The only possessions you managed to save are your gold crowns, your backpack, and any special items you have. So this is where we lose our weapons.
Yeah.
Provisions either.
Provisions. On the other side of that sheet. So we lose our soap, our torch, our tinderbox, our provisions. No meals left. Meals all gone. Yeah. Right.
But we are at full health, right?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yeah, that's okay then.
Okay. A few hundred yards from the dunes, you notice clumps of small trees with twisted, gnarly trunks. They are laden with purple fruits. If you have the Kai discipline of hunting, turn to 139, which we do.
Poisonous, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, my daughter hasn't had a boyfriend for 5-6 years now. She's not bothered. She's not fussed. The training
You're happy about that, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Bit of both.
I'm fine with it. She's focusing on a career and a sport at the moment.
That's good.
She
I was going to say, I'll hit her when she feels like it's time.
Yeah. The training you receive in the art of hunting has taught you to recognize most of the poisonous and non-poisonous fruits that grow in northern Magnamund. These purple fruits are lamuma, a sweet and nutritious food. You quickly eat your fill and then store enough of them in your backpack for 2 meals. There we go.
Nice.
Beyond the lamuma trees, you notice a wide coast road that disappears off to the west and the east. Do we go west or go east?
I know what Justin's going to say.
Man.
Okay, young whippersnapper, it's time to go home. But Dad, it's only 2 in the afternoon. Yes.
Is that what you refer to me as when I'm not around? That young whippersnapper.
I refer to your face, don't I?
I don't know. I'm sure you've said worse.
Yeah.
No, it's all banter in it. It's just great banter. It really is.
Banter in it. Yeah.
Banter.
You know you're a young whippersnapper. You own up to it. You embrace it.
I think I don't know. I have moments of being young and moments of being old. It was weird.
When I was your age, I didn't do the old thing at all. I try not to do it now. It's just my body says, no, you're doing the old thing. You're sitting down and you're drinking. Go and get your slippers, you old bastard. That's what my body says to me.
Yeah, and my body says to me every time I stand up, my left knee, then my right knee is like, ow, ow.
Well, you understand that bit then.
Yeah. I also have to like crack my back and my knuckles and stuff like that pretty regularly. Otherwise, I get stiff.
I don't do that.
Well, I have to, otherwise I get stiff. Oh, I didn't vote. I would have said west then.
Only Slanner said east. Everybody else has gone west. Okay, so we're going west. Yes, west is left. Yes. If you're facing north. Excuse me. If I start coughing, I do apologise. At the moment, it's just a tickle. It's just minor. You have been walking for over 3 hours along this lonely coast road when night begins to fall. The land is flat and barren, and you have seen no sign of life here at all. It's a poem. You've been walking for over 3 hours along this lonely coast road when night begins to fall. The land is flat and barren, and you have seen no sign of life here at all. It doesn't quite scan. You finally decide to rest beneath the branches of a large tree standing close to the highway. Making a pillow of your backpack, you pull your warm Kai cloak around yourself and drift off into a deep sleep. Pick a random number. This is where we get the random numbers which kill us.
7.
2.
Okay.
206. You are woken during the night by the baying of wolves in the distance. Rather than risk being attacked and torn to pieces in your sleep by a pack of wildlands wolves, you climb the tree and spend the rest of the night in comparative safety, high above the ground. To continue, turn to 312. No snake, no snake, no snake. Yeah, no snake. It was a snake goddess one of the times, wasn't it?
Oh, there's no penalty for sleeping uncomfortably. That's interesting.
Oh, no.
Although you awaken to a cold and rain-swept dawn, the branches of the tree in your Kai cloak have kept you warm and dry during the night. Looking along the coast road, in the distance you see a wagon trundling towards you. Do we descend from the tree and flag down the approaching wagon, or do we attempt to jump onto its roof as it passes beneath us? So jump onto the wagon or hail it down.
Let's have fun. Let's jump on the wagon.
Be sensible. Jump on it.
Jump on the wagon.
Halakar, by the time I get to that age, I'd like to think I'm not as obsessed with it, if that makes sense.
We can jump. We can jump on the train long as we can throw Mama off it.
What's chat saying?
Unless we throw Mama off the train, we'll be fine.
Iman, you better give us a vote.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering what chat is saying. I would have said flag it down personally, but
I'll take that as a vote for flag it down then. Shaw Piglet says jump. Might as well jump. We're currently level. We're currently at 4-4.
the Cookie Monster Mr. Baker says hail it. Slan says hail it. Halakar says flag it down.
Go ahead and jump.
Straw Piglet. Keith.
Flag it down.
Justin also says flag it down. Looks like flag is winning.
It is just.
Just because of Justin. Because he just got his vote in. Sorry, I had to think of something, Justin.
As we know, people called Justin. The name Justin comes from sex, doesn't it?
Justin.
Have you ever hear about his brother just out?
Well,
And their cousin just shake it all about.
Wrestling just out.
And their lesser known cousin, is it in yet? Anyway.
Hence how you end up with your firstborn daughter.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
He is.
Bless.
Do the legally distinct hokey pokey. Right, we're at 6-4 for hailing at the moment. Any last votes? Any more? Jump on top of the
Halakar sounds like he wants to hail something. Hail a car.
That's how he gets a taxi home, isn't it?
Halakab,
yes. Jeb says hail.
If he was a scientist, he'd be Halalab. Sorry, I'll stop. You could never make a good song called Flag It Down. Is that a challenge, Straw Piglet?
Right, we are hailing. 117.
I'm sure I could think of a good like sea shanty or esque song called "Flag It Down."
Oh, what's her name?
I'll get back to you on that though, Straw Piglet. If I
uh,
do think of one, I'll put the lyrics in the Discord.
crap, no, I can't. But there's, I'll call her a girl just because of the age difference. But she's in, I don't know, mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s. Crap. What's her name? But she does cosplay, D&D advice.
Oh, Ginny D.
Yeah, correct. She has a good one. It's a sea shanty where they're all in a bar and they're singing. But look it up. It's really cool.
If she was in England, you wouldn't say her name Ginny D, though. You'd say Ginny Di.
Yeah.
Because
And then
in England, Di is short for Diana, as in Lady Di.
yeah.
So she'd be Ginny Di over here.
And then she has one.
Oh, yes.
She has one that's actually on my daily playlist for YouTube where she's like blue skinned and she does a parody of an American country song where she says that she carved dicks into her pirate ride, took a spiritual weapon to all four masts. You guys got to look it up. It's my wife even likes it. It's hilarious.
I can't say I watch her because
Anyhow,
she talks about 5A all the time, so I don't tend to. Right. It is a large passenger wagon similar to those used by highway travellers of Summerland. The driver pulls the horses to a halt and stares at you from under the wide brim of his hat. You ask where he is destined for. We're bound for Raggadorn. Due there at noon today. A seat inside will cost you 3 gold crowns. Or you can ride atop the roof for only 1. Do we ride inside? Do we ride on the roof? Or do we continue our journey on foot? Inside, roof, or foot?
You're giving me proper Pakistan vibes, that is.
Yeah.
I'm serious. People literally climb on top of buses. It's crazy.
And the trains in India as well, where they're all clinging on the outside.
Nah, man, these guys are just built different, let me tell you.
They are, yeah.
I'm saying roof.
You're saying roof? Joker?
Yeah, same.
Roof.
Yeah.
Iman?
I don't know. Yeah, I fuck it. Roof is cheaper. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, Roof is currently winning 6-3. I'll just sit and twiddle my fingers for a bit while chat make up their mind. Slan has gone for Roof as well. It's now 7-3. I think Roof is going to win this. It's begging to be rock food up there. This Halakar knows something that we don't.
Oh,
My long week is catching up with me now.
whoops.
I'm probably going to stream for another half hour. I'm not going to go beyond 2 hours tonight.
That's fine.
I had got tomorrow morning off work, but my car is parked at work, and the guy I've been talking to today who wants to buy it wants to come and look at it at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I've got to be at work for 10 o'clock in the morning to hopefully sell my car. Justin doesn't care.
Hopefully, he doesn't give you stress.
No, I hope he doesn't.
You know what people are like.
It's a private sale, and he's asking for a guarantee. I was like,
Yeah.
it's got 6 weeks. It's got 6 weeks of MOT left. I guarantee you'll get back to Coventry in it because it has no problems.
Yes.
Anything fails between now and 6 weeks is up, it's not on me because the car is driving fine at the moment. So if you break
Yeah.
it,
John, I'm do not give him any guarantee at all. Because
Give him a distinct lack of guarantee in writing.
exactly. Because what happens if he takes it out and drives it like he stole it, breaks it in a week, and then he comes back to you and said, "Oh,
absolutely.
your front right hub went off." Well,
Yeah.
you're the one that busted my rotor. It's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not do that. Definitely.
I'm not. I can't legally give him a guarantee. It's a private sale anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not. So, riding on the roof.
Do you know how hard it is to find a one-shot game for first-level players?
In for what system? D&D.
D&D. I can convert anything in a heartbeat. I don't even care what edition. I just can't find a suitable first level game that I'm not going to whack everybody in a heartbeat.
Well, don't worry. Just let us whack ourselves.
And I think like
Don't most men do that?
I'm like, oh, I could pick. I have modules, but everybody knows them.
I tell you, I mean, I doubt many people who are playing OSC on a Saturday have played the Veiled Society. Have you got that one? B6.
I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah.
It's 35 years since I've even glanced at it.
I've never even looked through it. I have. I'm pretty sure I have it, but I've never even looked through it.
It's suitably short, and I think it'd be good. I think you should. I think it's probably the shortest of the basic modules, and
that's the one. Yeah,
purple cover.
That's about the thieves or assassins or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I remember about it.
Oh, I know you did a review on it.
I didn't review it. That's just it. I've never. No. I've never run it. I've never read it. I played it when I was younger, but I don't remember anything about it. I just remember it being fun. Short with bad cover art, but I remember it being a fun adventure.
Oh, the cover art on that was horrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You wrap yourself in your Kai cloak and raise the hood. The driver gives a shout and whips at the horses, and as soon as you're on your way through the tree-lined coast, and soon you're on your way along the tree-lined coast road to Ragaddorn. During the journey, you talk to the driver and learn some useful things about the Wildlands' only city. Ever since Killeen, the Overlord, died 3 years ago, Ragaddorn has been ruled, or misruled according to the driver, by his son Lachlan. It seems that he and his men are nothing more than ruthless pirates. They tax the people heavily and murder anyone who opposes them. You are hungry, and during the coach ride, you must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. Hunting cannot be used here. Okay, we'll eat one of our meals. We have to. Cheers, Justin.
Later, Justin. I'm sure someone will turn left on your behalf.
I'll do it for you.
After several hours, you catch your first glimpse of the West City wall of Ragaddorn. A bell is tolling in the distance. It rings 12 times. Eventually, the coach reaches the city. It passes through its weathered west gate and pulls to a halt in a cobblestone square. If you want to reach Duranor, you can catch a coach from the stable at the east gate, says the driver, helpfully. Best you hurry, mind. It leaves at 1 o'clock. You thank the driver for the useful advice and jump to the ground for the first time. For the first time, you suddenly notice the awful stench of this decrepit seaport. A rusty sign nailed to the wall of a rot-infested house says, "Welcome to Ragaddorn." So, right. We know the stable is by East Gate. Which way do we go? Do we go north along Westgate Lane, south along West Bank Walk, or east into Axe Lane? North, south, or east?
East.
North, south, or east?
North.
North.
North to Alaska. North to Russia zone.
There is right. Gene says south. Straw Piglet says left. Left isn't an option. No.
Sorry,
ahead.
can you repeat the options?
North, east, and south.
North,
east, and south. Oh, there is no left unless you're facing
There's no
southwards.
Yeah, there's no left.
Y'all can say hi to church.
Hello, church. Hello, Putty Tat. Woof, woof,
Oh, hey,
Woof,
dude.
woof. woof, woof.
Trying to
He's a
scare
lovely
her, John.
He's a lovely colour, isn't he? Look at that stripe around his eye.
I had to for Justin. We appreciate it. I'm sure he does too.
Right. At the
East,
moment, we've got
south,
3 votes.
south, north, left.
We've got 1 vote. We've got 2 votes for east, 2 for
East.
2 for north. Sorry, 3 for north, 3 for south, and 2 for east at the moment. Those are our current votes.
Who else voted east apart from me?
Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, Daniel. Daniel, you voted north. East. Halakar said east.
No, I said
Oh.
east.
You said east.
Oh, that's
we're
3 then.
3-3-3. We're at 3-3-3 now. Then.
You can say I
Sorry.
went north.
Yeah, you went north, didn't you? So we're at 3-3-3. 3 north, 3 south, 3 east. Is anybody going to break that tie? We have some lurkers.
I can log on. I can log on as Kelsey.
No.
Yeah.
That's metagaming, bro.
East is not left. West is left.
It's literally the opposite.
Yeah.
East is only left if you're facing southwards.
Yep.
I thought about that. I thought about if I turn around, I can say that, and then we could go west.
So I'm just waiting for somebody in chat to break. It's on your left because you're facing south, and are you? Okay.
That or else
Which way am I
just roll.
I'm trying to think which way I'm facing at the moment.
It's on my left.
believe-
No, we're facing north, right? It's always assumed
I'm-
that way, isn't it?
No, I'm actually sat here at the moment facing north. So
Oh, in real
Go
life?
north.
yeah,
Go north.
that's north. That's north over there.
I think I'm currently facing
South
north
behind
as
me.
well, actually.
Straw Piglet has said east. Okay, that's the tiebreaker.
Okay.
That's the tiebreaker. Straw Piglet has broken the tie. East onto Axe
Let's
Lane.
go.
Right. This rubbish-strewn cobbled street runs between 2 rows of ramshackle, rot-infested houses and shops. The few inhabitants of Raggadorn that you see appear to be a cheerless lot, their faces haggard and drawn. They shuffle through the gloom, hunched against the pouring rain, their eyes fixed on the slimy cobblestones at their feet. Then you reach a junction where Axe Lane curves towards the north, and another street heads off towards the east. Do we continue north and pass from Axe Lane into Black Knight Street, or do we go east and enter Sage Street? So we have the option here: north or east.
I like the
Good
option of Sage Street. It sounds cool. Let's go there.
Yes.
I'll go with that. That works.
So we've got 2 votes. Halakar has sent guns. Daniel, Halakar has sent you a module on Discord that you should be able to convert easily enough.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yes.
We're all so lovely and helpful, aren't we?
I just wish I had ink for my printer so I could print it out. But yeah, no, I'll look it up. nothing else, I'll just draw it out and go from there. So yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hal. Appreciate it.
Sage, yes. Sage and onion stuffing. Shove it in your chicken and roast it.
We're
Yeah,
starting to
I'll
get leaks
keep it.
coming up over here already. So
About
that's
180 degrees for a couple of hours. Serve with
Apparently,
roast
you
potatoes.
can cleanse the aura of your home if you burn sage in it.
correct.
Ah.
Yes.
Serve with roast potatoes, and maybe some roast parsnips, some fresh carrots, peas, broccoli, and smother the whole lot in thick gravy.
That sounds like way too many vegetables, bro. I'm sorry.
No,
I like
the
vegetables.
problem is I just ate dinner and now I'm getting hungry again because of what you said. Sounds good.
Well, I've just done that talking about food, and we've lost 4 people in chat while I've been talking about food. Sorry.
Well, yeah, they all went to make dinner. You made
Yeah.
them hungry.
Right, we're going east. Sage Street.
Oh, where's the camera?
Oh,
Oh, where is
Oh.
it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Hello.
Is that Kelsey?
Is that Kelsey? Hello.
Hi.
I didn't know you had a camera now.
yeah. She actually does the voice.
We're in trouble now, aren't we?
Hey, so
yeah.
Hang on, I'll turn my
Hello.
camera on so you can see me. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
It's nice to meet all. Okay, but I'm gonna go because I want a milkshake. So
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
so
you are-
you're real and also not AI generated. That's good to know.
you want a
There you go.
milkshake?
But also seems to, but also seems to walk sideways.
No, that I walk sideways at 1 a.m.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that.
Wait, is the reason why he has the camera now? So hey.
Anyhow.
Is the reason why you guys have the camera so you know when Dad falls asleep?
Well,
Yeah, let's go
there
with
is-
that.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right, I'm leaving now.
Yeah, give me a donut.
You want to go? Look.
No worries. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're not
I
AI.
don't like the trees shot in it, but yeah.
I'll pop up.
Chocolate bavarian.
All right. The street is dirtier and smellier than the one you have just walked along. You clutch your cloak to your face to filter the foul stench of this place. As you continue, your eye is caught by the cluttered window of a shop to your left. Displayed in the window are many useful items, all of which bear a price tag. Okay. Sword, 4 gold crowns. Dagger, 2 gold crowns. Short sword, 3 gold crowns. Warhammer, 6 gold crowns. Spear, 5 gold crowns. Mace, 4 gold crowns. Fur blanket, 3 gold crowns. Backpack, 1 gold crown. All right. What weapon do you fancy we get?
How many do we have?
We don't have any weapons at the moment.
No, gold crowns, I meant, sorry.
34.
Can we afford everything?
We're only allowed to have 2 weapons at most.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking minimum spear and blanket.
I think we definitely get a blanket.
Yeah.
Our possessions, we currently have a crystal star pendant, a 1 meal, 34 crowns, and that is it. On a backpack. That is it. Sword, 4 gold. Dagger, 2 gold. Short sword, 3 gold. Warhammer, 6 gold. Spear, 5. Mace, 4. Blanket, 3. And a backpack, 1 gold crown. We have got a backpack already.
I'm thinking spear and mace
Spear and
and the
mace?
blanket.
I think the blanket is a definite.
Oh yeah.
So we didn't lose our backpack earlier. We just lost everything
No.
from inside it, basically.
Yes. That's it. Yeah. We kept our backpack earlier. Spear, sword, blanket. Spear, mace, blanket is a suggestion. Short sword, warhammer. We definitely have a fur blanket. I think the general consensus is a spear is a good idea. What do you reckon, Joker and Iman?
Away!
Run away? Was that?
Fire away!
Spear.
I can do that as well.
Spear, blanket, mace.
If we can poke things without being poked back because of the distance, let's do that.
That's what I was. Yeah, exactly.
And I think, a blunt weapon like a warhammer or a mace could come in useful. We've got two different weapons. We've got a long reach weapon and a blunt weapon. Yeah, I think spear and mace is a good idea. Or warhammer.
Definitely need a mace or something. No, I think mace because it's spiked. Well, I'm assuming it's spiked actually.
Maces, they're flanged.
Yeah, no.
Is that what you say? Okay.
Morning Star is spiked. Maces are flanged.
Isn't that a flail attached by it?
No,
like a
the
chain
flail is a ball on a chain attached to a handle.
No. A flail is 2 sticks on a small chain.
Yeah.
One of them is shod with iron and weighted. The flail in fantasy may not have even have existed as a battlefield weapon, or was very rare, very, very rare.
They're very unwieldy.
Very unwieldy.
If you miss your opponent, you hit yourself.
A Morning Star is basically a mace with spikes.
Correct.
That's basically
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so a mace doesn't actually have spikes. That's interesting.
No, that's a Morning Star.
That's a Morning Star.
That's the image that comes in my head whenever anyone says mace is a Morning Star.
That's what fantasy has done.
Yeah.
There were, I think there was, you saw one in 1980. Was it a replica? The flail farmers took because nothing else was at hand. Yes, flails were threshing implements. There was, if the spiked ball was used, it was on a very, very short chain and generally used by horsemen.
Correct. That would have been
the Cossacks. I believe the Cossacks. Yeah. Some of them may have had one.
And D&D
so
in advanced, I forget what edition, they made the differential between a light flail, which the horseman would have used, and a heavy flail.
Again, the chain would be very.
One was 1d8.
And in both of them, in the case of both of them, the chain is very short.
Yes.
Very short.
So is it a thing that's typically used on horseback, would you say?
Yes. Yes, if at all.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Right.
And it's not the long
so it's
chain.
Still not very practical.
No.
It's not the long chain that you see in fantasy at all. They're very short.
Interesting.
Weaponry is I don't care what era, what year, what age. Weaponry is very fascinating to me.
It is, yes.
On how it was designed. I don't care if you're talking about Stone Age up to modern day. Everything is very fascinating on
He's here today, but General Nut knows a lot about like weapons and armor and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know anything because I got converted to a nun.
For a flail to be safe to use, effectively the chain and the weighted bit at the end must combine to a shorter length than the grip stick.
Correct. Yes. And the whole reason they had the chain with the weighted end and whatever was attached to it, it gave more impact velocity on it's kind of like a golf club.
It's the impact velocity thing is we're not sure, but it certainly had a chance of getting leverage over the top of shields.
Well,
just to hook shields.
There is that too, correct? Yes.
Yeah, I'd be thinking the main benefit is the flexibility offered by the chain, right?
Well, the thing is, when you're swinging it around, the weight has to catch up because when you're swinging it, you're flexing your wrist. Think of it like I said, like a golf club. You're flexing your wrist as you're swinging your arm. So everything is accelerating exponentially. And then that ball or weight, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the cane is behind you. So it's still trying to accelerate. So
the biggest problem with them, though, is the amount of space required to wield them.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a
room.
footman, you need a lot of room, and that's the biggest problem with them on the battlefield.
That's why everybody used a long sword or a short sword.
Is it more likely to cause friendly fire, would you say?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Against heavy armor, knights most commonly used maces and warhammers or pole arms. Against lighter armor, they were better off with an axe or a sword.
So what's the reason for that? Is it because it would actually like make a dent in the armor and like the impact of the blow would actually get through to them?
Correct.
Yeah, swords don't penetrate armor at all. You have to get lucky and get between the gaps. So the idea would be you deform the armor or break ribs with a heavy.
But it's more of a blunt force weapon at that point, isn't it? Though?
Kind of think like what happens if you're wearing a bulletproof vest and get shot. Yeah, you stop the bullet, but you still broke 3 ribs.
Yeah.
You still feel the impact of the
Correct.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Iman, look up a weapon called the Bec de Corbin.
Those are cool.
How do I spell?
BEC.
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 Dash.
DE -CORBIN.
Was it the French or the
Swiss
Swedes that used those?
Swiss.
Terms? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Swiss.
I couldn't
pronounce
remember.
Bec de Corbin, but the
that's interesting. It's got 2 blades on it.
Two
or
blades.
Is it 3?
2 blades and a hammer.
Yeah,
there it is.
You could thrust, you could hack, and you could bludgeon with it.
And they were mainly used against cavalry.
Cavalry, heavy armored cavalry, basically. Yeah. They were tin opener against knights.
If that weapon was in Dark Souls, it would be OP as all hell.
Don't tell me about it.
It does blunt damage, slash damage, and thrust damage.
Right. Yeah.
So what I like is the Bardiche.
But Bardiche is
you broke down the neck you played through with Dark Souls.
All that is just a big ass battle axe. But anyhow, I still think they're neat. But the Bec de Corbin is pretty cool too.
The Bardiche was just quite simply what became a great axe in D&D, really,
Correct.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Upon leaving the shop, you continue your way along Sage Street, which leads directly to the Raggadorn Bridge. This bridge is the only connection between east and west sides of the dingy city port. You push your way through the traffic of people and carts that are crowding the bridge, and upon reaching the far side, you find yourself in a rubbish-strewn thoroughfare known as East Trade Lane. To continue, turn to 186. I've managed to get on about 50 minutes longer than I expected tonight, so I'm going to go until 1:45. So 2 more minutes. You're standing opposite a large building with a sign fixed to its wall. Raggadorn Stables and Coaching Station. A green-clad coachman is sitting next to a notice board that reads, Port Backs, journey time 7 days. Do we buy a ticket?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we buy a ticket, chat? Well, it just says if you have no money, turn to 238. Otherwise, turn to 136. So we turn to 136. Do it.
Go to the chopper. Sorry, I had to say it.
Okay, the fare to Port Backs is 20 gold crowns, says the coachman with a gruff Raggadornian accent. If you have 20 gold crowns and wish to purchase a ticket, turn to 10. Yes, we do. We have 24. So we purchased a ticket. Okay. You pocket the ticket. The book keeps track of the days, I think. You pocket the ticket. Record this as a special item on your action chart. Okay, we have the ticket. And the man escorts you to a coach that is waiting near the east gate of the seaport. It is empty, and you take a seat near one of its circular windows. The seat is comfortable, which is a very good thing, as the journey to Port Bax will take 7 days. Stowing your equipment beneath the seat, you settle back in comfort and doze off. When you awake, you are no longer alone. You have been joined by 5 other passengers, and the journey to Duranor has got underway. And that is where we will end the stream for this evening. We are at 10, and we have to pick a number, which is roll d10. So I've written that down there. 10. Pick 1d10. And that's where we will commence next time. And the party is now together. Indeed. Indeed.
We didn't die.
We didn't die, no. No. I think we were
You just curse us for next week.
I think we were just very unlucky before, but there we go.
Mm.
And 2 cups of tea was perfect for me getting through this stream. My throat is fine. It actually feels fine now.
Don't
feel if I
forget
do-
the ginger
if I-
brandy.
I feel like if I cough once, I'll keep coughing again because I'm holding it back as much as possible rather than trying to clear my throat. So thank you, chaps. Thank you very much indeed. Time's up. And Imam, both
Thanks
of
for having
whom
us.
do gameplay streams on their channels. Daniel doesn't have his own channel. He just falls asleep on mine,
I
which
fall
he did last
asleep
week.
on everybody's.
You do, yeah, you do. And
Currently starting a new playthrough of the remake of Alone in the Dark.
excellent.
Cool.
Yes, I would recommend, if you're curious, to check it out. The game seems pretty good so far.
Cool. I mean,
IQ is probably going to be streaming Sunday.
Yes, I'll be streaming Bloodborne, so if any of you are into like Lovecraftian or Cthulhu stuff, you'll like Bloodborne.
but
What
you're
time
streaming
is
it on
that?
Sunday, and I'm working.
I am, unfortunately.
Daniel is indeed an equal opportunity for the sleeper. Yes, you are.
Hey,
He does everybody share, so we don't have to.
I don't care who you are. I will take a nap during your show.
So what you're saying, Daniel, is you're basically a cat.
Pretty well, considering that my cat's actually laying on my lap or on my desk with me at all times. Yeah, pretty much.
No, IQ, what he does, he sleeps, so we don't have to.
We have some people in chat tonight who have channels.
Indeed.
Elfmate was here earlier. Slan is here. Grumpy old Slan. Check out Slan's channel. We've had Crafting Gamer here. We've had Janet from Another Planet. Who else? Who else have we had? Who's got channels? Anyone? Has anyone I've forgotten? Anyone? If you've got a channel, get it shilled. Get it shilled. I know Gene's got a channel. I didn't. Gene's got a channel. He plays funky music on his channel. Of course, Major's Musings. How can I forget Major's Musings? He doesn't put out enough videos. Major's Musings doesn't. He's very naughty like that. But hey ho. Right. So, and yeah, from the hilt as well. Yeah. So there we go. I'm going to head off. We're going to play some OSE tomorrow and some MERP tomorrow night. I've been drawing a very nice map during downtime at work today.
What time's the OSC?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock UK time.
All right.
9 o'clock
Same
here.
time.
All right. 'Cause it wasn't showing up. All right.
No, 'cause it's all gone.
The
It's all
daylight
gone.
savings thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was going to say, it's stuck on last Saturday at the minute.
Yeah,
the only thing I was
the
seeing
scheduling is
was
buggered.
one showing up the later game. I wasn't seeing the early game. So there is an early game?
Yes, Slan says it's 10 o'clock EST. Which you're on the moment, aren't you?
All right, cool. No, thank you. Sorry to keep you. I know you want to go, but
It's all
I
right.
was kind of bummed. I was like, ugh. That's why I was asking about modules and looking for stuff, because I was going to try to run one. But if he has something going, then gives me a week to work on something.
I think Gingerbeard's running tomorrow.
All right.
It's yes, Gingerbeard has confirmed he will be running on the Discord.
Okay.
I think it's Gene who's got a few weeks where he is coming and
he's
going a little
busy.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the slot that's, I believe, is going to be open a couple of times over the next month or so.
Yeah,
I'm
just trying to find something that's suitable for.
Didn't Holocaust send you something in Discord?
Yeah, I after we get off of here, I'm gonna go look at that, and then.
Yep. Gene says he'll be back next week. Okay. Right. Anyhow, Ian, I'll be running MERP in the evening, and I've drawn a very, very nice picture, nice map for us to use tomorrow night. Yes.
Cool.
Today was dead at work. I spent all day drawing. Right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Night.
See you in the mornings.
See you in the morning. See you in the morning, fellas. Good night.
Thanks for having us. Good night, everyone.